Okay, everybody, you probably saw this video trending, unfortunately, on Twitter. Sad. It says the caption reads 10-year-old boy repeatedly slaps his mother after finding her high on drugs in the street with his little brother. I'm gonna play some of this and try. It's too much. Um, he's already slapping her once. He's smacking his mother. You hear those licks? You hear those licks? Why would he slap his mother? I mean, it was too disgusting for me. He's slapping his mother. She is apparently, it says, on drugs. And you can hear the licks. You can hear the licks going across her face. And I don't know, he's saying like, wake up and slapping her. You can hear the licks going across her face. See, that right there. And he's yelling at his mother. Listen. Slapping his mother across the face, hollering, "Mommy, wake up." I guess the men interviewed Yo, but nobody went and grabbed him. Nobody went and grabbed him. Why would he do that? Feel so comfortable slapping his mother? That's what I want to know. How could he feel so comfortable slapping his mother like that? Gee, let me guess. They said he's 10 years old. Again, it reads 10-year-old boy repeatedly slaps his mother after finding her high on drugs in the street with his little brother. So she's allegedly high on drugs. That's what he does. Why would he do that? My guess is he's probably seeing maybe his father and other men treat his mother the very same way. He's probably seen other men slap his mom the very same way. Behavior is learned. He's 10. Imagine what else he may have seen. Again, the caption reads he slapped his mother after finding her high on drugs in the street with his little brother. You can hear the licks. He's probably seen other men treat his mother that way. And some people try to come across, they'll say, oh, well, you know what? So this right here, she should be high on drugs. And so that right there, they keep trying to help her. No. You're raising a monster. I think she's raising a monster. This is how they are raised. This is how you treat women. As I said before, said again, behavior is learned, not in the school. No, they can adapt to that behavior, but behavior is primarily learned in the home. How you process information, how you handle things, is learned in the home. So he gets older. How do you think he'll treat women? And it doesn't have to be him encountering a woman who's high on drugs. It could just be a woman, period. How do you think he's going to treat women? Step out of line and have a difference of agreement. You see what he's doing now? He's 10. It says he repeatedly, and he did, repeatedly slap his mother after finding her high on the drugs. and she's just pulling her hands up. Ooh, but I'm not trying to be funny, and I mean, which is not funny. But boy, if that were a daughter, man, for some reason I don't know why. I know how these women are about their sons. See, a lot of women, I do believe. I've heard you guys say it in the comment section about some of these sons, that some of these mothers, that they are afraid of them. It wouldn't surprise me. But I bet on these daughters, I don't know. I could be wrong. I'm not a drug user. I could be wrong. But it wouldn't surprise me. On some of these daughters, she might find the courage to jump up. Some of these crazy women sitting up here having a child, having a son, and they're like, "No, he's your son. He's not your husband. He's not the man of the house, honey. He's not. He is your son." This is how abusers are born. They're raised. So he's 10 years old. He meets a woman, a difference of opinion, or he may think she quote stepped out of line. What do you think he's going to do? Resort to violence? Why? That's what he's been exposed to. That's what he knows. He hitting his mother. You think he won't hit a young girlfriend? Shoot, man. But he might come across the right one that'll clean that clock. Take chop them little. I'm not gonna say chop them little hands off, but you know what I'm saying. Unbelievable. Slapping his mother. And all you hear, hey, again, where did he get this behavior from? He's more than likely saw it. Again, it reminds me of, I will never forget, I just thought, oh my God, I just cannot relate to that. I remember when Mary J. Blige was doing some kind of interview, and she came up with something so crazy. She was like, in her neighborhood, the women were getting beat down every day. It was nothing. Oh my God, they're out there in the streets and they're fighting. She's being attacked, and it was nothing. It was nothing. Why? It was the norm. Women get beat down in the streets, man, it happens. Speaks volumes. And this, it happens in all groups. Nobody's immune. But the fact that he is slapping his mother, he's probably seen other men do that. I hate to tell you, and I'm not going to even go there, which makes it horribly. I would not be surprised he's seen other men do worse to his mother. She's out in the streets on drugs. They say high on drugs. This kind of behavior, as I said before, a lot of times, and I'm not, condoning it. A lot of times, though, when you see these men, they commit crimes against baby mamas or other women out in the street. Let's not forget he has a mother. That's why I get to the point. I said, hey, a lot of times when you see these women, oh no, this didn't happen. Oh, he done popped the cap on his mama. Not that it's a bad thing, of course. But when you see some of those things, yep, I see that. Because guess what? When he has done that to other women, mama is the one more than likely that's going to be the one to bail him out. Oh yeah. She'll be the one to bail him out, his mother. She'll be the one to bail him out. So then sometime it escalates, she gonna hold her son down. And then sometimes if it escalates, next thing you know, he's gotten his mother. Yeah. How did he get that far? He hates her. Sometimes those are the same ones that raise these little monsters, these little gremlins. Then the next thing you know, they're out in the street. Oh my, how could he do that to a woman? It's been taught. That's the norm. This is who they are. This is who the mother is. That's why I realize a lot of times you're like, I'm not saying it's a good thing. Of course not. But when you say, oh no, I've seen one where I've seen a few stories that I've covered. He popped the mother. He shot the mother. He did. Check out the background. He's probably more than likely been abusive to another woman. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Been abusive to another woman. And guess what happened? Mama bailed him out. She gonna go out there and get her son and take care of him. Oh, you bet she is. Not gonna leave him in jail so he can have a bologna sandwich for dinner. I'm gonna get my son home. That's why sometimes when you have these issues, next thing you know, he's turned on the mother. You're not going to get me all upset and get the crying. Oh, no, that poor woman. No, because I'm seeing things differently. Some of these same women, this is how they've raised their sons. And when their sons go out there and hurt other women, they will coddle that man. They'll protect him. They'll hide him out. Then next thing you know, it may get out of hand. Uh-oh, now he's going upside his mother's head. Gee, why is that? This is who he is. He's probably gone upside some other woman's head, and the mother did not care. No, the mother did not care and just goes on. The next thing you know, now it's her and her son. Who does that? So behavior is learned in the home. It's just like I did before when I first started on this YouTube channel. A lot of them, some of these kids should be wearing a 1, 2, 3 ABC felony onesie. That's what you're going to be. Behavior is learned in the home. So when he grows up, this is how, in my opinion, you raise an abuser. This is how you raise an abuser of women. It starts in the home. Look what he's doing to his mother. Why is he doing that? Again, it would surprise me. He's seen it somewhere. He's probably seen other men do this to his mama himself. So slap her. Get her up, slap her. She'll wake up, slap her. He's probably seen worse, probably seen beatings. Behavior is learned. So I need you to wake up. I see you out here in these streets, allegedly high on drugs. Put the smack down on this mama. What do you think he'll do to a girlfriend? Then you wonder why. Because I never understood how the heck we get to a point we have some of these teenagers in these relationships and there's violence. That's the part I'm like, you gotta be freaking kidding me. Oh, it makes sense. It makes perfect sense because why? That's what's going that's what's going on in the home. Be it both of them's home or his home, and that is the norm. And in our community, women are taught, oh, you should just suffer in silence. Oh, no, we don't want another black man in jail. Again, this is applicable to all races. Black, white, Hispanic, Asian, you name it, Caucasian. If it's a Martian, guess what? It might be one sitting up there looking like E.T. come home. He doing some DV too. He needs to get got on the block. So this right here, a lot of this behavior is learned. When these men get in trouble with the law, they get arrested. Oh no, he's hit the baby mama, he's hit the girlfriend. They can't find him. Who do you think? Let's be realistic. Who do you think is protecting them? Gee, take a wild guess, ladies and gentlemen. Who do you think is protecting them? Not my son. They're protected to the very end. So this is how, in my opinion, an abuser is born. It starts in the home. This is what he's been exposed to. Somebody's having to catch it on camera. These violent little gremlins, it starts in the home. And again, it reminds me of a story I saw. I'll never forget it. I was like, man, a kid when I saw this. And it was like the man, they had some kind of argument or something, and he wanted some blue Smurf. I forget what, I think it was like a drink Kool-Aid or something. And she couldn't get that blue Smurf. He had been beating her. She had been calling his mom. And then when she called the mom to discuss it, you know what the mother did? Come to find out, the mom and the sister, they didn't really have any concern because guess what? Turns out the mama was getting beat. So here she is, the wife and mother of his children. They were married, going to his mother to say, "Hey, you know what? We got a problem. He's doing this." Pretty much, the mother had a lackadaisical attitude about it. Why is that? Because guess what? That's the kind of home they grew up in. The mother herself was getting beat. So it escalated. The last time he wanted her to get that blue Smurf, I think it was a Kool-Aid thing, and she didn't get it, and the fight started, and so somehow she got to the closet and she got the gun and shot and killed him. And now they were mad. He'd been beating on her. They'd already had police calls. He'd been beating on her. It wasn't the first time, which it shouldn't even be a first time, but he'd been beating on her. The family didn't get involved. So she knew then when she didn't come home with that blue Smurf Kool-Aid, girl, it's about to be on and popping. But they said it ain't so much fun when the rapper got the gun. And so she got the gun. He came at her and she shot him and killed him. And there were no charges pressed. And the family still mad at her. What the hell does that tell you? In other words, hey, black woman, hey, and again, it's applicable, but I'm talking about my group. Be quiet. I guess just take those beatings in silence. I'm glad she stopped that nonsense. That's the only way to stop it. So that right there, I guess he was about to throw hands and feet. Yeah. He was about to throw hands and feet like he done before. And guess what? He ended up 6 feet deep. Gonna put them paws on your girl over some darn blue Smurf. He's about to throw hands and feet, end up 6 feet deep. Why? That behavior, that abuse, he learned it in the home. But the family, they were mad at her and they wanted to, they felt she should go ahead and press some charges. Wow. What does that tell you? But when she went to the mother, and it was on television, and told the mother that, hey, you know what? He's been doing this. The mother had a lackadaisical attitude. She's not going to go against her son. And so that right there, issue resolved. Behavior is learned in the home. That's where it's learned. You get these dumb kids that don't know how to come to school, sit down and be quiet and follow directions. Behavior is learned in the home. You get these kids that are angry and very violent. Behavior is learned in the home. But everybody wants to go ahead and, hey, smile for the camera. So this right here, she's high on drugs. Him slapping the mother. He's probably seen this done to her by other men. Behavior is learned in the home. And despite the circumstances of her being on drugs, allegedly, they said she's high. That's what the caption reads. This boy right here, 10 years old, you might do that to the wrong one and come up missing. That's your norm. So what are we teaching our daughters? We teach our daughters that, guess what? Even our sons, you have to be on the lookout. That's why people want to meet people. Where you're from, get an idea about the background. Anybody seeing this kind of home, I wouldn't even let my child, I'm sorry, you can call whatever you want to do. If I had a child at this age, I wouldn't even have my child playing with them. Nope, they cannot come over here to the house, and no, you won't be playing with them. Keep them over there. Why? I don't want the contamination. Don't want the contamination. So this here, it is horrible. It is sad. Slapping him slapping a child. I don't care if she's on drugs or not. Him slapping his mother. It speaks volumes. But again, this kind of makes me think that, guess what? The kid, he's already seen this type of behavior before. This is how he will relate, more than likely communicate with women when he gets older, starts to date or anything. A difference of agreement. That's why a lot of people don't want these gremlins around. What's he gonna do if he's on a job? Oh, hey, that report is like, oh yeah, well, I'm trying the best I can. You're gonna start stabbing up somebody and lost your darn mind. Behavior is learned in the home. And that's why people, I understand people. They don't want certain people with certain background issues in their environment. I understand it completely. Because he might pull in these sons. What if there's a play date? The kid's playing around and he's sitting up here, somebody want to play with him, start smacking. Ooh, child, we might have a police matter. Because everybody's not going to take, hey, don't hit my kid slapping like that. Oh, I would rather you do it to me, youngster. And that right there, I'll handle it. That's why people, they want to try to vet people in their families. They don't want them in their world. Gee, you wonder why? This is why. The contaminator. It can even be in children. Why? Because children are a product of their environment. Yes, they are. They are a product of their environment. No conflict resolution skills. So this here is probably the norm. He's probably seen other men slap his mama, and this is what you do. That's why he's doing it. Look, all those people around, this is probably the norm. This is how things are handled. Sad. Ridiculous. So behavior is learned. Starts in the home. Ergo, what is it saying? A product of your environment. Anyway, let me know what you all think. Feel free to comment, like, subscribe, and share. Be alert, be aware. Do not deal with those gremlins out there. And I'm out.